ネイティブは Japan has beautiful natures と言わない？今回の動画では多くの日本人の方が間違える nature の自然な使い方を紹介します。皆さんこんにちは、アーサーです。Japan has many natures といったことはありますか？僕は日本語を勉強し始めて日本人と自然について話したら America has beautiful gigantic natures. There are many beautiful natures みたいなことをよく言われましたが、実はネイティブにとってかなりおかしいし、この言い方には英語を学んでも話せるようにならない原因が隠されています。Austin, what's your favorite Japanese nature?
I don't know what you mean by that.
英語を科目として学ぶのではなく、コミュニケーションツールとして使えるように、今回の動画では、1、なぜこの間違った言い方を使うか。2、ネイティブが実際に使う自然な言い方を学びましょう。そして最後に数百人の生徒が英語を実際に話せるようになった鍵をシェアしますので、よろしくお願いします。So why are sentences like, I saw beautiful natures, Japan has many beautiful natures, strange? Well, 日本は美しい自然が多いので文章の意味自体はおかしくないです。多分多くの日本人とネイティブの自然のイメージが違うから、このおかしい使い方になってしまうのです。When you look up the word 自然 in the dictionary, you get nature. But just because 自然 and nature have the same dictionary meaning doesn't mean you can use them in exactly the same way. Remember, English isn't about just translating Japanese words into English. 英語の本来の目的は頭の中のイメージ、気持ち、情報、いわばメッセージを相手に伝えることです。And in order to speak English naturally, we need to focus on the messages, the feelings, not the dictionary meaning. And the image of nature for many English speakers and 自然 for many Japanese people is different. And so even though the word is the same, the images don't match up, so it feels strange. Now, let me explain. First, I want to ask you, for you, what is the image of the word 自然？あなたは日本の自然と言われたら、どんなイメージがあるんでしょうか？日本語でもいいので、ぜひその思い浮かんだイメージをコメント欄で書いてください。Please write your answers in the comments below. You know, I think Austin explained the difference in sense between the word nature for Americans and 自然 for Japanese people well in one of our conversations.
The way that I would put nature in Japan compared to nature in the US, I would put it as like observing details in a painting is Japan.
Okay.
Right? And then going to an art gallery is nature in America.
Yeah.
When I look at nature here, it's like you're going to a specific place to see a specific thing, right? And that's why I say you're looking at details in a painting, right? You're not necessarily going to be wandering around this huge park. You're going to be going, we're going to go see this waterfall at this park, right? Or, you know, there's a mountain that we're going to specifically, right? Whereas in the US, it's like, when you go to observe nature in the US, you're taking everything in.
Yeah.
Because the place that you're going to is often so massive that it's impossible to go to every point.
Yeah.
At the park.
Yeah.
Right?
In Japan, when I think of nature, I think of Mount Fuji, the Momiji of Tofukuji or Arashiyama, or Hokkaido no Shirokane Aoike. Now, these are beautiful, delicate views and beautiful nature, and people mainly see them through the lens of a view of something. They kind of see it as like a picture. But what about the idea of nature in the USA? For me, I think of Glacier National Park, Monument Valley, the Rocky Mountains, the Grand Canyon. In the USA, everything is bigger, more intense. The food is bigger, the flavors are stronger, the cars are bigger, the people are bigger.
And you're bigger.
Hey! And it's the same with nature. These are huge, overwhelming places. It's not just something you go to see. It envelops you. You go into it. And it's not only that, you know, nature also has a secondary meaning that cannot be translated as 自然. In Japanese, the closest word is honsei, I think, the true state of something, as in, it's in my nature to learn new things, or the phrase human nature.
Moving is part of my romantic nature.
Mountains and rivers can be moved,
but man's nature cannot be moved.
The Emperor will show you the true nature of the Force.
So for many Japanese people, nature is something like a picture that you go to look at. It's something that you can kind of count, just like you can count pictures. You know, I saw this nature and that nature and that nature. But for many Western people, nature is a huge thing that you dive into or something that is a part of you. It's not something you can count. There's not one nature and then another nature. All of it is a part of nature. And this is why saying there are many natures in Japan sounds strange. If you say there are many beautiful natures, it's treating nature as if it's something that's countable. But to native speakers, you can't count it, but you're saying it's countable, but it's not countable. Well, which is it? It's kind of like if you were to say, 複数の東京を見に来ました. What? You know, there's only one Tokyo, but you're saying there's many Tokyos? What do you mean? It's that mismatch that feels strange.
今日は東京に行ってくるね。
どの東京？
何が？何のこと？
どの東京に行くの？
東京は東京でしょ？
でもどの東京に行くの？
わけわかんないんだけど。何？
So in that case, how can you use the word nature in a natural way? Well, you know, there's a lot of great, beautiful nature in Japan. And when we talk about it, the key is to use the singular form, the tansuke, when we speak. And a key part of this is to stay away from the word many. Why is that? Well, many is used for countable objects. I have many cats in my house. You couldn't say, I have many water, because water isn't countable. But you could say, I have many bottles of water, because that's countable. Something like that.
Yeah, I said, can I have a water?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Oh, no, not that. A bottle of water.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Here you go.
Oh, thanks. How many water do you have?
I have a lot.
Wow.
Instead of using the word many, it's a lot easier to use the phrase a lot of. Let's look at some examples. So instead of saying Japan has many beautiful natures, well, what could you say? Well, you could say Japan has a lot of beautiful nature. And what about America has some beautiful and gigantic natures? Well, in that case, you could say something like, America has some beautiful and gigantic nature. Of a specific place, you add the word the before nature, as in, I love the nature in Japan. I love the nature around Mount Fuji. So what about this sentence? I could touch unique natures. What could you say that sounds natural? Well, the direct translation, the easiest thing to say is, I could touch unique nature. それでもいいんですが、もっと自然な言い方は、I could feel the unique nature. It's because it's the nature of Amami Island. So it's the nature of Amami Island. You put the word the. Now, if you like camping and experiencing nature, you could say something like, I love being in nature.Alright, まとめに入りましょう。1、nature は不可算名詞になっています。しかし多くの方のイメージでは nature は眺めなどの写真みたいに思うので、可算名詞として使って natures と言ってしまいます。2、nature を必ず単数形で使います。たくさんというメッセージを伝えたい場合は a lot of をつけましょう。I saw a lot of nature in Japan. America has a lot of beautiful nature.辞書に載っている意味より英語の気持ちを把握するのが大事ですね。今回の動画では nature の自然な使い方を学んだかもしれませんが、英語を実際に話せるようになるにはどうしたらいいのでしょうか。ほとんどの方は英語のフレーズ、文法をたくさん学ぶのですが、いきなり外国人を目の前にして話す機会が来たら、頭が真っ白になって言葉が出てこない。僕自身も日本語を4年間勉強したのですが、実際に日本に行ったら全く話せなくて本当に悔しい思いをしました。でもそこで気づきました。英語を実際に話せるようになる鍵はもっと勉強するのではなく、英語を実際に話す感覚を身につけることです。それができたら僕と数百人の僕の生徒が気軽に楽しく話せるようになって人生が劇的に変わりました。その実際に話す感覚を身につけた方法は今回の動画でシェアすると長くなるので無料 ebook にまとめてみました。興味のある方はぜひこちらをクリックするか動画の下のリンクをクリックしてください。Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time. これからも一緒に世界とつながりましょう。See you next time. I'm dying. I'm dying.